All right, welcome to Marcus Farrell Live, and let me tell you something right now. The Republican Party just woke up in its own political version of the hangover. Texas is trashed. DOJ is missing its dignity. Redistricting maps look like somebody drew them after 6 tequila shots in the blackout. They thought they were masterminds, but they're the ones curled up on the bathroom floor wondering why their own judges are shaking their head. See, here's the plot. During the Trump administration, Republicans in Texas tried to pull off a sneaky all-nighter, redrawing congressional maps to shrink the power of Black and Latino voters. These are the same voters who built the growth in the state. They figured what happens in Texas stays in Texas. They didn't think that anybody would retrace the night. Nobody would check the security cameras. And nobody would ask why the populations in communities of color went up, but the representation went down. Well, guess what? Civil rights groups kept all the receipts. Everybody pulled out the camera roll. And when the lawsuits hit, even Trump-appointed judges walked in and were like, bro, who approved this? This is illegal and stupid. Now, here's the problem with that. While Texas was freestyling maps drunk, California was over there doing it sober. Independent commission. Transparent process, real math, real representation. Texas tried to rig it in the night. California actually followed the law. And Republicans had the nerve to clown California like they weren't out here drawing districts that looked like spilled spaghetti. Let's talk about the fumble. The Trump-era DOJ jumped in trying to defend Texas mess, but they didn't have a plan, they didn't have a precedent, and they didn't have a decent excuse. They walked into court like Stu walking up to with a missing tooth, talking about, can I explain? No, you can't. The court documents literally said that Texas discriminated on purpose, and when a federal judge uses the phrase intentional discrimination, man, that's a hangover photo you never wanted to be posted. Republicans tried to overplay their hand. And their audacious, treacherous little strategy was supposed to lock in seats for a decade. Instead, they accidentally strengthened the voting rights lawsuits against them nationwide. That's the political equivalent of thinking you won the night in Vegas, only to check the camera roll and realize you crashed a police car and married a stranger. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, the loudest man on earth, went quiet. Quiet. Because when your own hand-picked judges are telling you your plan is illegal, yeah, you sit in the corner and you sip water. So here's the lesson. If you want to run the country, maybe don't redraw maps drunk. Don't ignore demographics. And don't assume that your own judges will bail you out of the reckless decisions. What we're seeing is a backlash from years of arrogance and overreach. They didn't just shoot themselves in the foot. They emptied the clip. This is Marcus Farrell Live. Stay tuned. Stay locked in. Follow, share, like my stuff. Peace.